Kicks 105.5. Keith Urban, a little bit of everything. That's what we got for weather this morning. It's kind of warm, but kind of icy, kind of rainy.
Kind of crusty.
A little bit of everything,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah. I'm gonna get you a light for Christmas for that microphone pot there. I'm gonna get you a light for all of those.
If we could get it, sometimes they come on.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
not today.
Oh, there's one.
There's one.
It's like Christmas.
For the ones that you don't use, they work.
Lit up. Isn't that exciting? We're talking about the buttons on the console.
Yes.
Anyway, so good to have you here.
Nice to have you as well. You're always here.
I was confused Monday night, and I emailed you and told you that we weren't going to be getting together.
Right.
I thought it was a different day.
Given that what you were going through, I'm sorry that you had to think of me. But I'm glad when you're in your worst pain, you go, Mike Barrett.
What's funny is it was like 1 a.m. when they got me into the CT scan, and I guess until midnight or 1, I was thinking I was still going to come to work the next day.
Oh, you're crazy.
But Donna got my laptop for me, and I got on the Wi-Fi, and I logged into the system remotely, and I was building the show for yesterday, so I didn't have to be here.
Good.
And I thought it was Wednesday, so I emailed Mike and said, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to be there.
Right.
And then after I'd sent that mail to you, I realized it was actually Ann Campbell, and I sent the email to her as well.
Oh, good, good.
So
I was concerned that maybe she didn't get the
but
correspondence.
the doctors were laughing at me because it's 1 o'clock. I'm laying in a hospital bed on my laptop doing the morning show. So
You're a dedicated soul.
I guess.
And crazy at the same time.
stupid, yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about today?
Very appropriate.
Last week we didn't talk about insurance hardly at all.
Yeah, we just kind of kept it light.
We talked
Thanksgiving.
we talked turkey, as it were.
Yes, we did. Jen Don was waving to Jen.
Don Mullally just came by and saw your beautiful boy.
Yes. With the weather, we thought, let's make it a one-car morning. So we got E-Man with us this morning.
He
my
is
wife, Jen.
so cute and beautiful.
Yeah, I can't wait to meet his father. Too cute to be mine.
That's what I always tell Donna, all of our kids have great grades. They're doing good in college, and I say it's proof that she fooled around.
Great minds think alike.
Yeah,
or crazy
exactly.
minds
Yeah,
think
yeah.
alike. So given the forecast, given what's on the ground, I thought this morning we could talk snowmobiles. It's something we've talked about in the past.
Snowmobiles.
Let's talk snowmobiles.
I thought you were going to talk auto insurance and car wrecks, but go ahead. Snowmobiles.
Let's talk about the fun side of the stuff.
All right.
So the snowmobile season is really upon us.
It is.
And it is time to start thinking about, if you're going to acquire a new snowmobile, if you have snowmobiles, think about the types of coverage you have in place right now.
All right.
The best way to insure a snowmobile, and this is repetitive for some who have great memory because we talked about it a year ago.
Let me see if I remember. Add it to your home insurance.
No.
Oh, no.
You can. There are endorsements on a homeowner policy that allow you to add it to your homeowner policy. We strongly advise against that. And the reason being is that if you have it on your homeowner policy through an endorsement, you're only protecting yourself with liability if you injure another.
All right.
So if somebody comes along the trail, think about how many people are on those trails.
So let me try again.
Okay.
All right. So the other one is a special policy that's specifically for recreational vehicles.
Fantastic.
I got it?
You got it.
Okay.
Home run out of the park.
All right.
And the reason being is that there's uninsured motorist protection available on these policies that are specific to a snowmobile or to a recreational vehicle, where it more closely mirrors an auto policy where you get uninsured motorist coverage.
And you get replacement of the machine at replacement cost rather than just liability on who you hurt.
Right. And it's actually, if it's a brand new snowmobile, some of the companies out there will buy you a brand new snowmobile. You can buy that endorsement. Generally, if you have an older snowmobile, you're getting actual cash value on it. But still better than nothing.
Are you a snowmobiler?
I used to. I'm a skier now.
Oh, it's so funny. I've heard so many guys say that. I was. And then the kids started coming, and I got married.
Well, and it's a fairly, back when I was snowmobiling, the state of Vermont did not require insurance.
Oh.
It was not a legal requirement.
You're not that old.
I'm old enough.
So how long ago did they start that?
Probably I would say probably
10 years ago or something.
Yeah,
like
10,
that?
15 years ago. And
Wow.
I was still in high school when I was snowmobiling. So,
No kidding.
Yeah. So it's
Cool.
really important to have proper coverage, proper protection for you, medical payments coverage available through a specific snowmobile policy
Yeah.
to protect you if you sustain an injury. Because let's think about it. You're not going to be able to sue the tree if you hit the tree on the trail.
Right.
But if you have medical payments and you sustain an injury on your snowmobile,
And you
get
survive.
some protection.
If
Well,
you-
gosh, let's hope you do.
Yeah,
Yes.
if you survive.
Yeah. Drive with care. That's the biggest thing.
So what is and you don't have to give me a quote, but ballpark, what does snowmobile insurance run?
They really run the gamut because you got to think about all the sizes of CCs, and that's really where a lot of it comes
from.
So
let's say I've got a $20,000 big CC snowmobile.
You're probably going to be paying $700 to $800 a year.
A year? Mm-hmm. That's not bad.
It's not horrible. It's not horrible. You know, a basic policy.
It's like $60 a month.
Yeah. Which, see, that's the thing is that folks don't like annual policies for snowmobiles. Well, I don't ride that in the summer. Why am I paying for it?
You got to break it down.
You're breaking it up. And the way these rates are determined, and I know that people can kind of have a devil's advocate view of it, but the way these rates are determined is on the average statistical amount of riding time you can get in a year. So that's why, you know, because otherwise, this is a pretty high risk if you're on a snowmobile. So, you know, you could be looking at $1,600 if you rode 12 months a year, you know?
Right. So if, we just talked about spreading it out over 12 months, so you're making your $60 a month payment or whatever.
Sure.
If it's summertime and you've got your snowmobile trailered and you're taking it to be tuned up or worked on or stored, and you happen to have a mishap, is it covered?
Yes. If you carry physical damage coverage on your snowmobile, that snowmobile is covered year-round. It really is. And the thing of it is that you are storing your snowmobile either in the backyard or in the garage or wherever you happen to store it, at a buddy's house. Let's say the garage catches fire. No coverage if you don't have a policy for your snowmobile. Let's say a tree falls on it in the backyard. No coverage if you don't have a snowmobile policy in place. So some people go the route of canceling their policies at the end of the season and then doing it again. Bear in mind that companies assess a $50 cancellation fee,
right?
Which is trying to deter that, because once you cancel a policy, there's usually no cancellation fees. But with these snowmobile policies, many companies have that if you cancel it within the first year of the policy. Once it's renewed and you cancel it, there's no cancellation fee. So
all right, good
lots
deal.
of options.
I was reading this story this morning. There's a snowmobile safety course, and I bet that'll help you with your snowmobile insurance.
And I want to thank you for reading that, because that's what prompted me to think about this morning.
Oh, so, that's wonderful.
Yes, sir. And honestly, in Vermont, being a requirement, that's a big thing. But there is a credit available on snowmobile policies if you have the certificate and you've taken the course within the last 3 years.
There you go. And that's how you tie it all together.
It's all as one.
Awesome. All right. Well, I'm glad to see you here this morning.
I'm glad to see you here this morning.
I'm glad to be here this morning. This is brought to you, Good Policies, brought to you by the Barrett Insurance Agency. Online at thebarrettagency.com.
Yeah, Portland Street, St. Johnsbury, and of course on Facebook, Barrett Insurance Agency.
All right, and we'll talk next week.
Drive
careful this morning.
Stay out of the hospital this week.
Take care of that little kid.
I will.
He is so cute.